Hi guys, Lex Gray here, back with another video. This skirmish will be using VSSR, very simple skirmish rules, so not my system this time. We have quite the intricate amount of special abilities for this one, and 3 franchises on one map. Basically, we got Halo, Master Chief, we have the Space Marines as usual, and Star Wars, a new entry to our collection, with Darth Vader and several stormtroopers, or I should say troopers. So, this will be a standard Team Slayer match. We'll have Master Chief leading the Space Marines. Then we have on the other side Darth Vader leading the troopers. So basically, Team Chief against Team Darth. Now, let's go to the field, and I will go over their current position and the special abilities that each mini has. Okay, so we have this snowy tundra map with a collection of plants, trees, and some UNSC crops. Now, on the left side of the map, we have Master Chief himself. He is a 2-point hero, so that means he has 2 health points. His abilities will be, we have automatic fire, which gives him 2d for attack. Heavy armor, on hit, roll save, 5 plus for no damage. And then veteran, which is +1 attack and defense rolls. For the 5 Marines, these are all very similar Marines in style. Recently got these new figures. Actually, all of these figures are new. Well, used, but new to my collection. 5 times Space Marines, they're all infantry, 1 point per, and their only ability will be automatic fire, 2d attack, similar to Master Chief. Now, over here, we have Team Darth. Vader himself, he will have also 2 points, so 2 hit points. He has Combat Master, so +1 attack, 1d in melee, deflect, reroll failed, 1d defense roll, heavy armor, on a hit, roll save, 5 plus d, no damage, similar to Master Chief. Now, the troopers, there's actually 3 different types. We have 2 snow troopers right here. They have sharpshooter +1 attack for ranged. 2 scout troopers back here. They have assist, which is a custom special ability. Nearby ally, if there's a nearby ally in 6 inches, it's +1 attack to that ally. +1 attack roll. And then the last one will be the sand trooper right here. Kind of out of place. This is a snowy tundra, but that's all I have. He has a range plus 12 inches for range attacks. That is our assortment. So complexity-wise, the Team Darth has a bit more variety, while Master Chief is a bit more collected and simpler. And with VSSR, we're going back to using dice, not cards. I have these blue Warhammer dice for Team Chief, and then Team Darth has the red dice. I'll roll it on the field so you guys can see the results. We have these other red dice to mark damage taken, and as usual, we have the green tokens to show who has been activated. Okay, so Team Slayer, let's do a roll off to see who goes first. Blue for Chief, red for Vader himself, and we roll. That's going to be Vader goes first on the red, and Chief will go second on the blue. So 4-3. All right, so let's grab our ruler and make the first move. Now, unit-wise, I've decided to pair up the snow troopers and the scouts. So, same back here. Chief is his own unit, like Darth Vader and the Sand Trooper, while the 5 Space Marines are one unit as a whole. Let's first move the snow troopers. We will move them probably up this direction, up the map. They have that special ability, sharpshooter, so +1 when they shoot at range, and they have to be within 1 inch for coherency. They have made their move. Okay, now we go to our team chiefs. What can they do? Let's move the Marines in the opposite direction. Obviously, they see them. Perhaps they do want to go after these two snow troopers. So let's move them in the same direction. So we'll move them here, like so. Okay, so these guys, this unit has moved. I got the green token right in camera view. There we go. Back to, I forgot to mention, this is round one, so let's not forget. Let's go back to Team Vader, Team Darth. Let's move the Sand Trooper kind of in the middle. So we'll move him just beyond this tree, or just behind this tree, out of camera, out of view. Okay, back to Chief. Actually, Chief himself. We'll move him behind this barricade, this prop. And two more moves to go, which will remain with Team Vader. So let's move the scouts. They want to remain close within vicinity of their teammates for that assist if that ever comes up. So we'll move them up to the stone itself right here. Vader is pretty capable of handling himself, handling things on his own if he ever gets soloed. Okay, then we got to move Vader. Vader will move just behind this crate here. Okay, that's it for round one. No shots fired. Now we move on to round two. Round two begins. We do our opening roll to see who goes first. Let's see. Blue fell off the stage there. Let's try again. Oh, so once again, Team Vader will go first. Vader had a 6 there. Chief had a dead, so that's a 1. Okay, well, the snow troopers will continue their assault and perhaps trying to think which side of the rock they should move here. Either this side or this side. I think they know they'll be outmatched if they approach the Space Marines head on. So they should stick with the team, at least to some extent, and go behind this bush. So that's just literally right behind it. Okay, that's our first move for round two. Now, back to Chief. The Space Marines will probably do the first attack. Let's open fire. They will go, let's actually move them right here. All right, so like that. Just kind of trying to keep them bunched up as a unit. Like that. There we go. Okay, good. So they have moved, and now we will open fire. We're going to do our first quality test, or I should say first attack test for round two for the game itself. Now let's just move the tree over a bit. Okay, so we have 5 Space Marines attacking these 2 snow troopers. There is no obstacles in the waves in the line of sight, so they have a clean shot. So we need 5 dice. Now the Space Marines have automatic fire, which means they roll a collection of 10 total dice. So let's get the 5 here. We have 5 dice right there, and now we need 5 more. This is going to be a slaughter. Those snow troopers don't have any advantage for defending. So let's roll 10 dice and see what happens. Okay. Well, let's see. The target number is always 4. Let's remove the ones that failed, similar to Warhammer. And it looks like 5 shots went through. So these 5 shots hit successfully, but we now roll a save for those 5. So we grab 5 dice for the snow troopers and roll their defense. They have to roll 4 or more. Okay, it looks like they have successfully blocked 3. of those shots, which means my math is correct. They take 2 damage. Now, a house rule I'm going to implement is their rating is 1 point as infantry. Typically, the game rules doesn't really describe it that well, but you may just have them be 1 hit KO'd, but I'm going to allow them to take the amount of hits equal to their rank, like in my game rules. And then beyond that, well, my recent version of my game rules has been before, where the number is how many hits they can take. So I will let them take 1 hit per their rank, and then anything beyond that, they're dead. They're gone, removed from the field. So 2 damage total passes through the defense roll, which means both figures are going to be damaged at 2. That die represents the total damage for that unit. Okay, so that's all for the Space Marines. They had a heck of an attack there. Let's get our dice out of the way. Okay, so now back to Team Vader. We have a couple of options here. We cannot attack with the Snow Troopers. They have already been activated. We have the Sand Trooper. What he can do is move up to defend his comrades up to this bush here and open fire. Now, his specialty is plus 12 range, 12 inches of range attack. So here's what we'll do. We're going to back that up a bit to the tree, and he will open fire at the Space Marines. Okay? Now, we're going to roll just 1 die, because that's all he gets. He does has no other bonuses. So here we go, rolling 1 die to attack the Space Marines. A 5 is technically a save. And now let's roll for the save itself. I'm sorry, 5, it's successful. Now we're rolling for the Space Marines, which actually should be the other way around. Red die is the Stormtroopers. Rolling for the save, that's a fail. So they take their first damage for the game. All right, so I forgot to include the bonus that the Scout Troopers have, but the hit was successful anyways. Okay, now back to Chief. So it looks like Chief is going to enter the battle and go here to open fire at the. Let's open fire at those 2 snow troopers there. Now, well within line of sight for Chief. He has automatic fire, which is 2 dice for attacking, and +1 for attack. So 2 dice and then +1 for both rolls. Here we go. We need that 4 or more. That's obviously a success. That's 2 hits. Let's roll for defense. We're on the save for the snow troopers. Oh, wow. Okay, so that's a save on both. The snow troopers are still in. All right, so Chief has went. Now we go to the scouts. They will make their way up the map right here. Can they fire? Yes, they can. They can fire at the Space Marines. So it's a joint effort. They will fire 2 dice. The scouts have assist, so nothing for themselves, just for an ally help. So rolling 2 dice, attacking the Space Marine. None go through. That's a fail. 2 and a 1. All right, so there we go. Now we're going to Vader. So Vader does not have any ranged weapons. I did not give him any force attacks in this game, FYI. We're going to move him up to here. He is a tank. So that's it for round 2. No pieces removed, but some damage counted. Now to round three. Okay, let's begin round three. All right. You know what? I think I lost count round three or four. I'm going to say it doesn't matter anymore. I'm really actually not adding a limit to this. I'm going to go all the way and see who's the last man standing. So forget the rounds. Okay, here we go. Let's do a roll off to see who goes first. Team Chief or Team Vader. And once again, Team Vader is first. Alrighty. Vader's not too far. Let's move. Let's fire. Let's have the Stormtroopers fire at the Space Marines. Let's keep that too close to them there. Now, let's see. I'm going to change something here. I want to move this damage marker per mini to avoid a potential mistake in the future. There we go. That's better. Okay. Now, let's see. They're going to fire at the Space Marines. So let's look at their perks. The Snow Troopers, +1 for ranged attacks, which this technically is a ranged attack. And then our scouts are nearby, which gives them another assist. So that's +2 on their attack roll. We're rolling for 2 dice, so +2 total. And both get through. So that's 2 successes, the 4 and the 3, which would be a 6 and a 5. Okay, rolling 2 saves. Let's see what happens. 2 saves, 4 or more. That is 1 failure, 1 gets through. So 1 failure means 1 damage taken, like so. Okay. All right. That's it for the Snow Troopers. Let's put this over here in the sight of the camera. All righty. Now back to Team Chief. Let's move the Space Marines. Let's have them spread out a bit and create this line. All right, they're open fire on the Stormtroopers, specifically the Stow Troopers. And once again, we need 10 dice to roll here. We gather this off camera. 10 dice for 10 total attacks because of their perk, which is automatic fire. It's a 2d per attack per pawn, or I should say per figure. So right in camera shot here. Let's see what we got. Okay, so we have a few that missed. Actually, looks like half of them missed. Okay, so we have 5. Yep, 5 went through. And now we need 5 saves for the Stormtroopers. Here's 5 saves. Oh, that's right, the scouts are nearby. But no, they cannot assist for defending. It looks like they only had 1 save, which means they are obliterated. Yep, that's totally, they are gone. The Stormtroopers, the Snow Troopers, I should say, have been cut down. Okay, that's our first removal of the game. There we go. Excellent. Which means the Space Marines have made their move. And now back to the troopers. Let's have the Sand Trooper shoot at Master Chief himself. This will be 1 roll. Okay, here we go. Chief has a heavy armor perk. It'll be the first time trying this out. So let's roll standard attack. 6 is a hit. Now, can Chief save with a 4 or more? Yes, he can. So no damage taken. Okay, like so. All right, next is Chief himself. He's going to fire at the same. Can he fire? Did I give him anything that allows him to fire far? Well, he's within 6 inches, so he can fire. Let's roll for attack. So, automatic fires 2 dice for Chief. Ooh, both failed. But with even with the +1 the veteran +1 to attack, he still fails. All right, so Chief was not successful in that attack. Now the Sand Troopers, they will open fire at the Space Marines. We have 2 dice. Here we go. Rolling for attack. That is a failure. So the scout troopers did their part. Vader is going to get close and going to go here. Okay. That's all he can do. All right, that's it for round. That's it for that round. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, new round. Let's roll to see who goes first. That's going to be, oh, finally the chief. Team chief gets to go first. Vader is second. All right, chief is going to get up close and personal with the sand trooper and go into melee. Give him a nice big hug of death. Okay, so chief has +1 for attack because he's a veteran. So rolling for, oh, that's a fail. He completely missed that attack. That's fine. Now let's go to Darth Vader himself. Actually, let's go to the Sand Trooper. He's going to melee Chief. Okay, so we're going to roll for attack. Sand Trooper, let's see. Rolling for attack. 3 is a fail. Okay, next we'll go to, oh, I'm sorry, that's a success. The scouts are nearby. That's a 4. Now rolling for save. Now Chief has a couple things here. Heavy armor and veterans. A +1 to defense roll. Let's do the defense save. That's 2. That's a fail. But with his armor, can he block it? Has to be 5 or more. That's a fail. So Chief takes his first damage for the game. Remember, they can take as much damage equal to their rank. All right, so Chief has gone. The Sand Trooper has moved, done his thing. Let's go to the Scouts. The Scouts will continue firing on the Space Marines. Obviously outmatched, but still going for it. If this was Star Wars logic, all the troopers would be missing every single round, and they would have been demolished in a couple minutes. Besides Vader. Okay, rolling for 2 attacks. The Scouts have no bonus on this. All right, they fail, as expected. They miss. Next is going to be the Space Marines, and they're going to actually, let's do this. Let's split them up. I'm going to break the rules here. I'm going to split them into 2 parties. These 2 will go up here and open fire at those scout troopers, rolling 4 dice now. Okay. We have, let's see, the Space Marines have 2D attack, so that 4 dice represents these 2 here. 1 got through. Now we need 1 save. That's a fail, so 1 mini gets damaged. There we go. Okay, so that Space Marine group did their part. Now Vader is going to obviously go up close and personal and attack in melee, which is his only real attack type. And let's see, what has Vader got? He has +1 to all attacks in melee, reroll fail 1d defense roll, on hit save 5+ on no damage. Okay, so he has 1+ to attack, 1d roll, +1 attack. I think, let's see, I might have wrote that down wrong. 1 second while I do some research really quick. Okay, there's a slight adjustment to his method of attacking in melee. He gets 2 dice to attack, which makes sense. He is a hero character. So rolling 2 dice, and he also has no other bonus, just those 2. Oh wow, perfect 6s. So he lands 2 hits. Can a Space Marine save with 4 or more? They have 1 save. So 1 mini gets removed, taking 1 damage. Body counts over here on the left and the right for the Stormtroopers. All right, well, not bad. Vader gets his kill in. Now, back to Space Marines are going to open fire on Vader just from a slight distance, backing up, seeing how much of a threat Vader is up close and personal. Rolling 4 attack for these 2. Okay, here we go. 3 get through. Okay, so 1 does not. 3 perfect 6s. Vader can reroll any failed defense roll, 1d defense roll. I think it says 1D only. So he has 3 saves. Let's roll for the saves. And like I said, he can re-roll any 1D failed roll. Let's do the 2 here. This actually could cut him down if I'm doing things right. Let's see. Yep, so the save, that's a fail. So now we can do 3 saves for the armor. He's got heavy armor. Oh, wow. He has no saves. He takes 3 total hits. A hero's HP is 2, which means Vader is out. And the scouts couldn't do anything for him. I almost forgot about that, but they're not within range. So Vader is gone, and the Marines have done their part. Wow, that was unexpected, but kind of a bad move by Vader. I wonder who's controlling him. So now we go on to the next round. Okay, let's continue. Let's do our roll off to see who goes first. Here we go. All right, so Team Vader at break goes first. So the scout troopers will obviously make the first move. They're going to go behind the tree with right here and fire at Chief, also putting distance between them and the Space Marines. That damage marker will follow. Okay, they're going to open fire at Chief. Luckily, they're within range. Yep, and the ally is not exactly in the way either. So we're doing 2 shots here against Chief. 1 goes through, so Chief needs 1 save. He has a veteran, so +1 to defense rolls. Fails, so he has the armor save, 5 or more. That is success, so Chief is safe. So these guys have what? Well, let's move Chief. So Chief is going to back up a bit, also with his damage. You know, I should have gave Chief his regen ability, which is in the VSSR rules, because in Halo, obviously, he regenerates. I regret that, but he is the only hero on the field, so it's a little too late now. Okay, he's going to fire at the sand troopers right in front of him. That's going to be 2D attack. Here we go. That's interruption, so interference. I'm going to re-roll the one that fell off the map. 2 go through, which means 2 saves for the sand trooper. Oh, that's a fail. He's out. So 2 go through. All right, sand trooper has been annihilated. Oh, don't be so dramatic. There we go. So that's a kill for Chief. And I'll put the marker right there. The Space Marines still have these 2 individual units. These will move up here, open fire at the 2 troopers. They have 4 dice per attack, 2 dice per mini, so we're only 4 total. Let's see. It looks like 2 went through, so now we need 2 saves. Here we go. 1 save goes through, which means 1 is annihilated because of the existing damage from before. So now it's down to 1 trooper. Okay, so these 2 have gone. Now, this might be it. These troopers, Space Marines, will make their move right in front of the bush and open fire, like so. Actually, I don't think they can. A tree might be in the way. Let's take a little peek here. Actually, no. 1 trooper can shoot. Only 1 can shoot. 1 is obstructed by the tree. So we will only roll 1 die, which I got my dice right here. Let's roll for attack. 2 is a fail. Oh, 2 dice. That's right. Forgot. Fail. Yep, 2-1 fail. Okay, so this Marine has gone. That's it. That's it for that round. We're down to our last standing trooper, which means he is obviously going to forfeit. There's no way he can win this one. So that's it for the game. Victory goes to Team Chief. Obviously, this was a cluster, but Chief takes the victory here. The reason why I went back to VSSR was to experience going from my own system, seeing the contrast of an existing system in the community of tabletop war games. Now, it is somewhat polarizing. To be honest with you guys, I do like rolling dice at times, but I still miss the playing cards. Let me know what you guys think. And VSSR has a target number of 4. Obviously, you can house rule it. You can change that. You can use a roll off. You can do opposing rolls. But I don't know. Kind of on the fence with this one. But anyways, I will still use my own system. Going to VSSR just for this video was obviously strictly an experiment, but also to grade my own game in the background and also make experiments because I don't want to spend all the time on my channel with my own system. I like to use other systems out there. Now, some of you are probably asking, when will you use Warhammer? Probably never. Warhammer's fairly complicated to my eyes. I've tried it several times. That's why I diverted to lighter systems like VSSR, one-page rules, which I've tried several times, and then my own eventual system. That's just how I am as a person. I don't know. So, anyways, I'm not talking that bad about Warhammer. I love watching Warhammer videos, Let's Plays, like 40 minutes. I think it's called 40 minutes, something like that. They do a very high production multi-camera battle, and it's very fun to watch, exciting with visual effects and everything like that, compared to my lazy one camera shot and ugly mug talking to you guys. But in any event, a simple Team Slayer match. Match Chief is victorious, and this is not a video to say Chief is better than Vader kind of comparisons. I am not a lore junkie on either of these two. I'm in no spot to say otherwise. This is just they were limited to by the abilities that I chose for them, and I probably could have given, like I said, I probably could have gave Chief his regeneration, shield regeneration, and maybe given Vader more armor or more health. But again, that's to VSSR limitations, and it was purely an experiment. So. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Roughly about 30 minutes of gameplay. And as always, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.